Пусть исполнится то, что задумано. Пусть они поверят. И пусть посмеются над своими страстями. Ведь то, что они называют страстью, на самом деле не душевная энергия, а лишь трение между душой и внешним миром. А главное, пусть поверят в себя и станут беспомощными, как дети. Потому что слабость велика, а сила ничтожна.
This is a scene from Stalker, a film released in 1979 and directed by Andrei Tarkovsky. It's a somber film, described by critics as dense, complex, often contradictory, and an endless, pillable allegory about the human consciousness, the necessity for faith in an increasingly secular, rational world, and the ugly, unpleasant dreams and desires that reside within the hearts of men. If you don't recognize the film, you may know more about the games, products that share many of the same themes and aspects of its setting, even when all the details match up. Both share the concept of the zones, places where something or someone beyond human understanding has left their belongings, artifacts of untold power and danger, completely unattended. Diving a little deeper, you would find the novel Roadside Picnic, the original inspiration for the movie and by extension the games. These products are all interesting in their own right, each having a slightly different answer to the question the book presents. What happens when we are left with things we do not understand? The film would tell you that humans would give it false value, assuming that whatever lies in the zone will help them escape their torturous lives. The games investigate who would want to take responsibility for these artifacts, exploring factions who each view the zone as something to be used, and more specifically, something that if used by the wrong people would be disastrous. Finally, the novel believes that even if this zone could give us anything we could ever want or need, that humans would still fail, unable to understand what to even ask for, stumbling over their own words. You may realize I still haven't mentioned the main subject of this video, the thing in the title. Parties are for losers, or PAFL for short. You may have further realized that this is another product inspired by Roadside Picnic, and you would be correct. Now, what exactly is it about? What makes it so different from its predecessors? How does PAFL answer the looming question of the zone? Well, it makes it a team drama, of course. PAFL is a series of music videos written and animated by Ferry. It's publicly available on YouTube and Spotify. The songs are made with Vocaloid. It's a program used to make artificial voices, and, well, it's the one used to make Hatsune Miku. At the time of writing, there are 12 total songs, with the first 7 being listed as Season 1 on Ferry's Spotify. And before I get into the story these songs are telling, let me say one thing. This story is impossible to follow as a casual listener. Not only does it make no sense without any kind of knowledge of the Roadside Picnic, or Stalker, or something like that, but because of the fact that songs have weirdly paced robo-lyrics, Vocaloid, this one kind of sounds like that, even the basic things that it's trying to say are hard to understand, to the point where if you're listening to it on Spotify with the subtitles, I don't think most people would be able to get it at all. And on top of that, if you want to get more info, you gotta read through these giant-ass Google Docs people have compiled together. And, I don't know, it's just kind of wild. So, if you're gonna thank me for anything, thank me that I did all that work for you, you just gotta lay back and relax. But, that's why this video exists. I'm gonna explain what's going on in this series with as much clarity that I can manage. And, well, I just hope you enjoy. first song, Parties Are for Losers, is a song sung from the perspective of Yuri Beletsky, resident city boy, small-time gangster, and high schooler, attending an unnamed school in an unnamed city bordering the zone, somewhere that we can assume is in Russia due to the text on many of their clothes and buildings. The song starts at a party, with lyrics directly telling us that he's using this as a form of escapism. And as he leaves, he reinforces this, describing his hate for the smoky, gray, crumbling view, only to be told by his friend, Sonia, another student at his school, and by extension in his gang, that that's normal. It's just the way of life. The group that we know is a gang from some other secondary reading then comes to another party. It's unclear whether it's the same one and they're just coming in at a later time, or maybe a different party that they're coming into at a later date. And after entering, they see a girl on the ground who seems to have spilled her drink on some nameless tough guy that, if you look into some of the social media of Ferry, you could find out is a big gang leader. And of course, as these high schoolers would obviously do, the entire gang ends up beating on this guy's ass and anyone else who starts a fight with them, eventually helping up this girl and introducing themselves. This eventually leads to a blossoming friendship between this girl, Katya, and the rest of the group, including Yuri, Sonia, and a bunch of other people who don't really matter as much, to be honest. I'll throw the names up there maybe. Start eating together, going to our parties, opening up with each other, and eventually just hanging out at Sonia's place. That's Sonia's brother. Don't worry, we'll get to him later. It all seems to be going well, until BAM! A group of highly armed guards appear. Katya transforms into some Akira-style flesh monster, and it all fades to black. Sonia, who we realize through the next song is now our POV character, wakes up to see their house in ruins, and runs off outside to see a truck driving off, who we know has our new best friend inside. Okay, so, that was a lot. A lot of characters, a lot of events, all happening in a 3-minute long song. Even as someone who's watched these videos over and over, even before I decided to write this video, it was hard to write a script for something this oddly paced. And as any independent work does, especially ones that have been continuing for as long as this has, this improves over time, with a lot more tightly paced videos and stories being told. But, for now, let's look at what we've actually learned from it, as it establishes a lot of things that will become very important for the future songs. Yuri and Katya were the most explored here, with this first song establishing what will soon become an intense desire and driving motivation for Yuri to escape from his dull life in the city, one that he seems to have been doing everything he can to spice up, just indulging in whatever this life can provide him, going into crime, moving away from his school, just doing whatever he can. And on the other end, we have Katya, someone who seems to be engrossed in the city, excited at everything that's going on around her, and who is our first introduction to the supernatural. Even without the context of the future songs, if we're going into this knowing anything about Roadside Picnic, we know that this is our introduction to the zone, and how exactly it's affecting the people in this story. Yo. Alright, so if you've made it this far, congrats, you're one of few. You've made it to the unscripted commentary section. So, yeah. I didn't think I'd put as much effort into this as I did. I didn't think it would turn out to be this long, just for the first song. Me a few days ago thought I could do, the whole season 1, all 7 songs in, like, a 10-20 minute video. I was very wrong, as I'm looking at this right now, I'm at, like, 9 minutes 50 seconds. Hello, review, post whatever, also second unscripted section here. Maybe I'll be able to do more like more than one song in the future because I want to do a whole introductory section of explaining the setting and all that. But yeah, that's kind of wild to me. I pretty much never make content that long. But yeah, that means that if you liked it, there's probably more coming soon. Especially if you show me some support. YouTuber thing, like, comment. If not because it's gonna like make me money or whatever, because it probably won't. But because it will make me feel happy. It'll put a smile on my face. It'll make me want to make these videos faster. And for you, it's free. It's a crazy like free productivity machine never seen before. But yeah, check out Ferry's music if you wanna get a head start. You can find their, I don't know their pronouns. Maybe someone can tell me in the comments. Um, you can find their stuff in the description. I'll put it there. And if you want maybe some updates on stuff I'm working on, you can check out my Twitter. Like I said, subscribe. Really gonna lay it on thick. And yeah, that's pretty much it. Peace.